He spins, he goes up, he scores, and he's fouled.
How did a country with a population of Chicago take down the United States? Everybody knows USA has the biggest basketball talents in the world, but that doesn't always mean they have the best team. On Sunday, we saw another example as Lithuania exposed USA lack of fundamentals and shocked the Americans 110-104. And please don't say this was because it was Team B, C, or D for the United States.
As a group, this is probably what, F list compared to what we have.
Lithuania's roster features only one NBA player in Jonas Valančiūnas, who recently also made the top 5 in the most overrated player list made by Bleacher Report. This was more about the Europeans playing a fundamental basketball of moving without the ball, punishing the Americans for not boxing out, and simply picking out the weakest links in the opposing defense. Hey Austin Reeves. After 40 minutes of impressive battle, a superb game plan from Lithuania's coaching staff prevailed against the individual offensive greatness. However, there is one thing I have to admit. It was Lithuania's night shooting the free ball right from the tip-off. Here the USA rightly stunned from Tadas Sidekerskis, who isn't an amazing shooter, yet he hits it. But there is a flip side to it as well. The USA came out sluggish, disrespecting the opponent in front. Here's some proof. Look at Edwards casually strolling in pick-and-roll defense. That means Bankero has to commit deep, JV can pop, and Lithuania start feeling pretty good about themselves.
Valančiūnas lets it fly from 3! Talk to me about versatility!
Jonas' strength inside was a huge factor in this game, even bigger after JJJ got into early foul trouble. Steve Kerr had the plan of doubling Jonas from the baseline. But again, watch Edwards. First of all, this is definitely not a defensive stance they teach. And that's not a real double team, that's an imitation of it. This allows JV to pass out of it without trouble, and Lithuania get one more open spot of 3. The Baltic countries started with an incredible 9 of 9 from the three-point land, but you are starting to see that these were nothing more than practice shots. Spain pick and roll was a pain in the ass for the Americans too. Bankero and Edwards miscommunicate here, as probably it should have been a guard-to-guard switch, and then it's Edwards again. He could X out way faster to the corner but stops, and Kariniauskas, or should I say Kariniauskas, makes it. The main thing to understand here is that once basketball players get into a rhythm, later it doesn't matter much anymore if they're great shooters or not. And it was USA's lack of energy that unleashed it. Watch how much space Thomas Dimsha has here. By the way, NBA All-Star LaMelo Ball had some flashbacks watching this, as he couldn't believe this is the same guy he played together with in Lithuania. Steve Kerr calls for a timeout, and since they are hot, Lithuania's coaching staff instructs to run a post decoy with a weak side screen-to-screener action. USA defends it well, but here's the matchup I never thought to witness in my life. Mažeikiai player Kariniauskas posting up LA Lakers guard Austin Reeves. He's a tall point guard and a great back-to-the-basket player, so targeting Austin was a smart move. USA don't send double team, and it's 2 points.
Reeves has won those battles, but tonight he's lost the first one against Kariniauskas.
But the story doesn't end here. Vaidas, who will play for a newly promoted second division team in Lithuania, sticks his tongue out like MJ for a guy who just went to Western Conference Finals. Is this even real life? Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't get much better than this. Next play down, the green and whites run chin flex, which starts with this back screen for a point guard. Now keep this play in mind for later. This has been a super successful set for Lithuania in friendlies, as they've gotten many layups out of this. USA switch negating this possibility, but later Kariniauskas slips the cross screen, Ingram is terrible navigating through the pin down, and the point guard continues his show. To end what was probably the greatest quarter in Lithuanian basketball history, they don't think much what to play next. Reeves has a bigger body next to him, and they target him again. It's no double, and even if Austin does a better job here, the 10-centimeter height difference does the trick.
Putting it up and scoring, and the lead incredibly 19 points.
In the first half, I can safely say Kazys Maksvytis absolutely outcoached Steve Kerr. Remember the chin play we just saw? After the timeout, Lithuania runs it again, and knowing USA will switch, watch Ben just seal Halliburton on the back screen and cut back door instead of popping back. That's what basketball is all about, isn't it? Down 13, USA has picked up the intensity. but Lithuanians feel comfortable after a good start. Dimša, who hit the wide open three in transition, has the ball. JJJ is in a drop, and despite Hally's rear-view contest is a solid one, it doesn't matter much for Thomas. Why change what works? Lithuania runs Spain again, both Ingram and Hally commits on Dimša. Motiejunas pops back, and it's not like he is a 40% shooter from deep, but with this much time and space, I would probably have scored here as well. USA had a bunch of problems in the first half, and most of it started with Jaren Jackson Jr. getting into a foul trouble versus JV early. NBA's Defensive Player of the Year might have masked most of his teammates' lack of energy as his drop defense is elite. Instead, Lithuania's got a wonderful chance to pick at Walker Kessler, and that's not the same. Jokubaitis, who was drafted 34th by the Knicks in 2021, takes Cam Johnson on his back, gets Kessler to jump on the fake, and JV finishes. Next play down, they look to attack the same spot. This time, Ingram isn't too active as Brazdeikis smartly snakes the pick.
Just drifts into the lane, puts it up and in. Boy, they are putting on a clinic.
So first half finished with Lithuanians leading by 17 points. On the other side of the court, it helped that Brunson was missing shots he usually makes. But there was Anthony Edwards who, despite his struggles defensively, showed his best MJ impersonation offensively, swishing mid-ranges versus the passive pick-and-roll coverage, as he had little to no trouble with his top-tier athleticism. Now before we look into what Steve Kerr changed for the second half, please subscribe to our channel as you will have a chance to win a Luka Doncic jersey. One lucky person will win it once we hit 100k subs, so don't miss out. Now, after conceding 54 points in 20 minutes, Steve Kerr made some adjustments. His players did too. That's why the lack of respect argument is absolutely true. Look how Lithuania struggle here as USA's quickness makes all the difference in the world. They also started switching. Brazdeikis have trouble getting a shot away, Dimša misses, but watch how only Mikal Bridges is boxing out. Other four guys go close to the rim, which is kinda weird knowing that a missed three-pointer usually bounces 4 meters away from the rim. This allows Kariniauskas to get an offensive rebound, and I'm pretty sure the Warriors have taught you how relocation threes are deadly. Second chance points was probably the main topic in the second half. USA switched, and you could write it off as a downside of this strategy, but it also says a lot about the differences in NBA and FIBA basketball. In the NBA, the basketball has evolved so much that almost nobody crashes the offensive glass anymore, since teams are so fast and everyone is concerned with transition defense. Exactly this reason allowed the Lithuanians to have 18 extra opportunities and beat USA 16-2 in second chance points. It wasn't a coincidence either. The Baltic country knew they have to be aggressive here, as 2 days before this match, Montenegro had 23 offensive rebounds against USA's switch-all system. It's simple basketball fundamentals. The defensive possession ends in a box out and a rebound. And here you are looking at Brandon Ingram not doing that for a second possession in a row.
And misses, but there's Kariniauskas with the putback.
Despite his first solid game offensively in the World Cup, it was Ingram, Edwards, and Reeves who were exposed the most defensively. USA started switching between guards on Spain pick and rolls in the second half, but here he is again late and Brazdeikis doesn't forgive. In the next clip, the USA actually do a great job defending against it. They switch it everywhere, Iggy falls down, but once again, basketball fundamentals such as moving without the basketball create a good look. Edwards gets caught looking at the ball only, and Benjus is gone. In the end, it was time to post up Austin Reeves a couple of more times. Since USA switched and Lithuania didn't have many advantages on the perimeter, they look for Motiejunas versus Reeves inside. A quick one dribble before the double comes does the job. 30 seconds later, it's the same old UCLA cut for Kariniauskas post-up we saw before. At this point, I'm thinking this can happen again, can it? Benjus is wide open on the curl, but the point guard declines it, spins baseline, and Lithuania fans are going crazy. In the end, the Americans tried it all. Full court traps, which created some confusion between the Lithuanians. In fact, I believe if the USA played all game like they did in the second half, they would have won the game easily. Because despite all the perfect game planning by Lithuanians, incredible percentages from the field, and advantage in fundamentals, it also took an incredible luck on shots like this one to beat Team USA.
Give me that. And right on cue. Oh, I don't believe it! You cannot be serious!
You can smile, Mindaugas. It was a historic night for Lithuanian and European basketball. And I guess in the end, it was simply basketball gods rewarding those who respected the game for all 40 minutes. Let me know your conclusions about this game in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video, check out the BN Plus platform right here, and I'll see you in the next one.